Hello, friends. Hello, friends. It's great to see you again. It's Andy and Hunter and Peter. And it's Southeast Iowa Union Prep Sports Plus. Hunter, you guys into Mother Goose Club yet?
Nope.
What a show it was tonight, baby. You're here. Prep Sports Plus.
I am here.
The number. Say again?
I said I am here. Proud to be
I am here too. We both have messy hair today. You had like all Superman swish for just a second, but you switched it out of the way.
Yeah,
We're here to talk a little high school sports, a little college sports. We have it's a big show today. Stick around. You need to stick around for the A block, the B block, and the C block. And what company makes it all possible to have a show like this with all three blocks, Hunter?
Hey, that'd be Fairway Food Stores. Always got to give a shout out.
They power us. So the start and the finish. Hey, Hunter, you want to know what I look like if I were ever caught dead shopping anywhere except Fairway Food Stores? This is what I'd look. This would be me. This would be me walking through the halls of any other establishment. Because I wouldn't want people to notice me.
You don't want anybody coming up to you, talking to you. You're just trying to shop, find some good deals.
My Fairway, it's just like this. Wear a name tag so everyone knows who I am and what I'm about.
Oh, gosh.
And what we're about is talking a little sports. We're going to talk a little high school sports. We went through a lot of the all-conference teams last week, Hunter, but another one came out after this show went to close. And it was the Southeast Conference boys basketball team. And I believe you have the story on that, correct?
Yes, sir.
Why don't you read off which of our Panthers, Demons, and Trojans were honored by the All-SEC list in boys basketball?
Yes, sir. Well, first off, Washington had 4 on the All-Conference list this year. That does include honorable mention, and that's every year 2 players get selected honorable mention from each team. Fairfield and Mount Pleasant each had 3. Let's get down here to the list. Fort Madison and Keokuk, by the way, led with 5 total selections. Fort Madison won the Southeast Conference title, 8-2 record. Keokuk 7-3, Washington 5-5, Burlington 5-5 as well. Fairfield 4-6, and Mount Pleasant 1-9. For Washington, Logan McDowell is the lone first team honoree. Rajon Roth was on second team for the Demons in the honorable mention selections. Or Drew Conrad and Nick Stone for Fairfield. Riley Perkins earns a first team nod in his final season. And then Luke Conzel and Eli Zillman were each named honorable mention for the Trojans. For Mount Pleasant, just one on the second team. That'd be Noah Lang, Jr. And then juniors Aiden Humble and Ian Reed were each named honorable mention for the Panthers. So, that's all that's pretty much the names. There's also academic, all conference too. If you want to see that, it is on the story itself. But there's usually quite a bit of names they get added to that list. So we'll roll through that one. But
I got a question, Hunter. Let's say I didn't have my paper with me, just had my cell phone, maybe my laptop, and I wanted to read the story. What website would I go to?
Well, that'd be Southeast Iowa Union. I mean, I believe it's .com. But
.com. We need to make a song.
I'm so used now to just being like South. I put South in, and then it's there. I don't even
that's
think
true.
about
I do too
anymore.
Sometimes I get mad because I also go to southeastconference.org and southeastiowa.superconference.org, which is the schedules. That's where we can see who's playing where that night. And I put in SO and I click it because I'm going to one of those 3 websites and it goes to the wrong one. I get so mad that I punch my screen. But then I get happy again because I remember that life's good and the Fairways got us. They got us. That's true. We have a little. You're working on. We just gotten some track results. So we're kind of dipping into spring sports. Not yet. We're not here yet. Indoor track season has just started. We had a few teams over at Dickinson Relays. Mr. Hunter Muller will have a full story on that. We haven't got all the results in the one big, result that we got was a little long jump action from Avon Trong. What did he jumped over 23 feet, which is a lot of feet.
23.8. That's now the top jump in Iowa this year so far, obviously. This is kind of the first big meet for them. And then it also ranks number 20 in the nation as well. So pretty big jump by Trong there.
Pretty big one. I know that Grayson Hartman of Washington had a big shot put. I was scrolling through just looking. He got fourth on that. So he's top 5 in Iowa. So we got, we're going to have some good field events. I got a question for you, Hunter. Spring sports coming up. What of the 4 spring sports, which one do you get amped for the most?
So it kind of changes, I feel like. Well, I don't know. I would say like the most by the end of the season, like it's like definitely track, because the state track meet's underrated in my opinion, because it's like it's just all the best athletes like running wise, and it's pretty impressive to see what they do when you're up there. So I mean, I guess track, but I mean
that's the number one event for sure. I mean, the state track meet is the mecca of spring.
Yeah.
I'm kind of excited for the soccer season.
Like soccer's always interesting because I feel like it's always just fast paced, pretty much, especially at this level. Like you never know what you're going to see.
Yeah, I was talking to people, especially the boys. I was trying to think. I was like, man, there's going to be a lot of even teams this year. I feel like in soccer, I don't know if we have. We had a wild year last year with a lot of close games. So I'm excited for soccer. We got golf. We got tennis. I'm excited to see myself out there golfing and playing tennis. But this is basically just a public service announcement to our watchers, our listeners, our readers, that this show will be transitioning into spring sports very soon. But we still have a few housekeeping things to talk about. And on this show, we're going to go to commercial. When we come back, we're going to transition into the bracket portion of the show, starting with the state Iowa high school brackets in the old B block coming up. Then on the C block, we have a pretty big announcement. And if you've been paying attention the last 2 years, you probably know what this announcement is, but stay tuned. So we're going to go to commercial. When we come back, we're going to talk a little high school basketball hoops.
Introducing Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every meal is a delight. Start your day with our mouthwatering breakfast options and savor flavorful lunches with friends and family. Cap off your day with our delectable dinners. Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every moment is delicious.
The Connie and Amanda team is dedicated to giving back to our community by actively engaging with our clients, businesses, and the public. When it comes to helping you find your next home, investment, or commercial space, the Connie and Amanda team is here for you.
Washington County Hospital and Clinics, providing quality health care that puts you first. Whether during a hospital stay, seeing a primary care provider for wellness exams or sick visits, minor surgery to a total joint replacement, or recovering from an injury, we're here when you need us.
More than you expect for your health care. Washington County Hospital and Clinics.
Southeast Iowa Union Prep Sports Plus, powered by Fairway, and all of the lovely sponsors that you see on your screen right now. Most of those have been with us since day one, since we were a little baby sports show. Came in here, didn't know what to do. I was off my medication. Remember that time I almost passed out live, Hunter?
Is that when you were like, I'll be right back? I was like,
Yeah, when I had to bail, it was a live show.
Oh, man. Peter missed that one.
Tell you, people stick with us, We could have had all sorts of stuff go wrong. These sponsors were like, we're in. We like this idea. We're here. A lot of them are sponsoring our live streams. We've been live streaming. We live stream Washington basketball and wrestling this year. Might be picking up more on that. We've got people just, people just amped for some high school sports. And Hunter, we had a little, it was a little depressing the last couple weeks, this week and last week, because it's a state basketball tournament.
Yes, sir.
We did not have anybody in the girls. We did not have anybody and the boys, after wrestling season, when we just ran this town and the girls and boys wrestling meets, we had a little dip. We didn't get anybody through, but the girls basketball wrapped up. You can go through the championship matches. I know we had some good.
There were some good games.
There were some good games.
Yeah, so 5 of Iowa high school girls basketball champions were crowned on Saturday. Well, Friday and Saturday. Or wait, it was all Saturday. It's all Saturday.
No, they were Friday. There was I think there were 2 championships on Friday night, and then they moved into Saturday.
But 5 champions crowned was kind of an interesting tournament to watch. Top seeds pretty much reigned supreme in 3 of the 5 title bouts, while a 3 seed and an 8 seed walked away as champions in 2 of the classes as well. So in Class 5A, kind of no surprise here from my perspective. Johnston goes back to back. Obviously, they're a top 25 team ranked in the country. Won for both of their first 2 games by 29 points before matching up with Dowling Catholic. Those 2 teams, I feel like it's usually there's a pretty good possibility it's going to be Johnson and Dowling Catholic, at least the past couple of years. That's what we kind of seen. But 55-54, Johnson wins the title in Class 5A there again.
Shout out to Sean Johnson and Caitlin Clark, 2 alumni from both those schools.
Mm-hmm. And then probably, I don't know if it was really a surprise, but no one really had more dominant run through the tournament than number 8 seed Xavier in Class 4A. The 8 seed Saints take the crown after Dowling after a pretty magnificent run. Defeated number 1 seed Bishop Heelan, number 4 Norwalk, and then number 2 North Polk for the title, 66-47. Xavier's closest game was that 10-point win over Norwalk. It was pretty impressive to watch. Obviously, they got the girl named I think it's Libby Fandle. She's going to Kansas to play basketball, and she averaged I think 34 points throughout the tournament. She scored 37 one game. That was insane. But Xavier just kind of, I never even heard about Xavier through the regular season. All of a sudden they just show up and they're just walking through everybody.
I think sometimes in girls basketball and some other sports where the top 8 or 9 never lose for so long. Xavier had lost 2 out of 4. One of those was North Polk. That was on the 11th of January, and since then they haven't even had a single digit. Well, they had 1 single digit game against a 5A school, but they just churned it the heck on. And of course, North Polk was the team they ended up knocking off. So shout out to Xavier. I'm sure the Cedar Rapids Gazette has some good stuff on that. I saw a couple of their stories, a couple of their pictures. So.
Yeah, I threw in some pictures from them because I knew they'd have it. I was like, I might as well throw in the Cedar Rapids. That's the closest teams.
36 in the championship game.
Yeah, she scored 37, 36, and 27 or something. It was kind of crazy.
Holy cow.
Let me see, jump down here. Oh, and then in Class 3A, number 1 seed gets her done. Obviously, Mount Vernon. Man, what a run they're having for girls sports, especially we saw them in volleyball. They defeat number 2 Wahlert Catholic 47-36 to get it done. And then they had obviously they defeated West Marshall pretty. It was pretty lopsided that first game. We talked about that, but then Esterville Lincoln Central was a 1-point win. We said we were looking forward to that game in the semifinals, and that played how to expect exactly how we expected it to. But
ELC almost pulled off a shocker there. I think they had a real late spurt there, comeback opportunity. I think they might have even forced. I don't remember if that was the game where they forced a turnover right towards the end and had a shot at it, but Mount Vernon survives.
Yes, sir. And then in Class 2A, the only other number 1 seed to get it done or non-number 1 seed to get it done is number 3 Hinton, 48-46 over number 5 Central Lyon. I watched a couple of Hinton's games, specifically their first round matchup against number 6 Rock Valley. I don't know if you watched that one or saw anything about that one, but Hinton was down by almost 20 in that game and came back.
Oh, really? No, I saw their other 2 games.
Yeah, it was a crazy game. I remember getting off of the stream and then coming back on, and they they won, and I'm kind of surprised. But pretty good run by them to defeated Rock Valley, number 2 Virginia Catholic, on its way to the final, and then taking on Central Line, as I said, 48-46 win over them in the final. So Hinton gets it done in Class 2A.
That was definitely of all the brackets, that was the one where it's like the fact that Hinton had to win 3 close games that
Right.
doesn't often happen. Undefeated.
Yes, sir. And then in Class 1A, championship shook out to be probably the best game of the entire tournament. Number 1 seed St. Albert wins it all over New El Fonda in double overtime, 61-58. The two squads were tied 51-51 by the end of regulation, 56-56 after the first extra period, and then St. Albert just edges New El Fonda 5-2 in the second overtime to take the title. So that was probably the best game of the tournament, I would say. Didn't watch it, but I saw people talking about it, and they said it was crazy. So
it was. I watched the replay. It was super exciting. By the way, do you have any? Do you have like long-standing animosity for New El Fonda? Because New El Fonda and New London, when you went to school, used to play in girls' sports quite a bit, I believe. But I'm not sure if New London lost to them. I think I remember going up there.
Beat them. I think we beat New El Fonda the first. Yeah. I think we played them in the first round, like my junior year or something, or sophomore year. I
think it was just an absolute. I think I have memories of there was a time when Mount Pleasant, New London, and Fairfield were all in the state tournament. I believe they played back to back to back, all in the same field. And I think Fairfield played like a 14-inning game, like a super long game, like a heartbreaking loss, and then New London was right after. I just remember New London just smashing.
I think we beat New El Fonda. I think we did play them in back-to-back years, but I think we beat them both times.
Yeah, I have to check.
I could be wrong, but
I don't know. Anyway, the Battle of the News, and then we have. I mean, we're doing this on Wednesday morning. We are almost, well, not quite ready to kick off the last day of the boys basketball state tournament. It's I had some pretty good first round games, right, Hunter? So far.
Yeah, there were some pretty good first round games. Obviously, 4A, 3A, and 2A have played their. Well, when you're watching this, 1A will have played, but we're talking about this right now. 4A and 3A and 2A have played their quarterfinals. 1A is playing their quarterfinals, as Andy mentioned, in about 30 minutes here. So that's when those will kick off. But let's just run through real quick what happened in those quarterfinal matchups. In 4A, upper seeds walked away as winners. Cedar Falls had no problem with number 8 seed Dubuque Wahlert, 71-49. Cedar Falls wins. They will play number 4 Waukee Northwest, who defeated number 5 Cedar Rapids Kennedy 71-64. Number 2 Northland moves on 69-60 after a win, or a 69-60 win over number 7 Waukee. The Lions will take on number 3 Valley. Obviously, I know they're defending. I think they're back-to-back 2-time defending state champs. They defeated number 6 Ames in the quarterfinals. And then in 3A, the lower seeds actually showed out in 3A. Number 1 Clear Lake was the only higher seed to get a win, 57-34 over Central DeWitt. Number 5 ADM defeats number 4 Storm Lake 59-53. Number 7 Xavier's back in it, defeated number 2 Knoxville 52-37. And then number 6 MOC Floyd Valley defeats number 3 Ballard 55-51.
Hey, go ahead. I was going to say, shout out Knoxville had a great run undefeated, and then they didn't have their best game. I thought the Knoxville Panthers had a shot after escaping our local bracket.
Yeah, me too.
Murderers row.
In Class 2A, it was an upper seed sweep. Number 1 defending state champion Western Christian defeated number 8 Jessup 69-38. And then number 4 Grandview Christian, obviously a team we're familiar with, defeated Trainer in the quarterfinals 61-46. And then let's see here, number 2 West Line wins big over number 7 Union Community 81-50. And then probably the most exciting game of that first round was Unity Christian taking on Grundy Center, number 6 Grundy Center. pretty exciting at 48-46. I don't know if you saw the end of this one.
I did.
Grundy Center led for the majority of this game. Led 15-11, 28-25, and 36-30 after the first three quarters. Unity Christian ended up outscoring the Spartans 18-10 in the final quarter, but there was a game-winning block. A kid from Unity Christian pinned it off the backboard basically with like 1.8 on the clock. To win it. That would have sent the game to OT. I think it would have sent the game OT. I can't remember if that was.
It would have. It was to tie the game. It was a layup. It was real close, but I do think it was a good block. I think it was a good call. Glad they didn't call. That would have been a horrible time for a goaltending call, but I think that's what Grundy wanted.
Yeah, it was a crazy ending. And then just running through this real quick. In 1A, obviously these results will be finished by the time you guys see this, but 1A, number 1 Marquette Catholic will take on number 8 Remsen St. Mary's. Number 4 Gladbrook Rhinebeck squares off with Northland. Number 5 Northland. Number 2 Madrid gets number 7 Boyden Hall, and then number 3 St. Edmunds will take on number 6 Woodbine. So those will be the 1A quarterfinals taking place here Wednesday morning.
Yeah, and then we'll get into or are we doing the semis start tonight? Maybe. Yeah, the semis tonight as we do it.
Yeah.
So they'll have their Class 4A, which I think are going to be some really good semifinals. We'll start on and hey, you can go to the Iowa High School Sports Network and you can take out a second mortgage on your home and you can watch all these games for about $300 a day. As your last year, you're going to be able to do it. So fork it over. I really wonder who's going to win the media rights to. They better just keep it simple. The little history lane, people. The media rights for Iowa High School state basketball have went from. Were they ever on PBS?
I think so. I thought they were.
And then they eventually put them on some like cruddy site, but you could at least still watch them. You may have had to start to pay. And then they sold the rights to Comcast Sportsnet Chicago for a few years, and you could only watch them if you had Comcast Sportsnet Chicago, which we're in Eastern Iowa, so we have a slight chance of getting that. But like 70% of the state didn't even have that channel. Weren't even in the coverage zone. Didn't have that channel. Weren't even in the coverage zone. And then the Iowa High School Sportsnet snuck in there, and it's been a rough ride. But you know what? I'm excited for the new media deal. They should just pay us to do it. You and me could go up and call the state tournament.
That'd be awesome.
Get all that money. It's presented by the Southeast Iowa Union.
That'd be cool.
That would be cool. That would be cool. Although I will say, for both the girls' union and the boys' union, I am pretty often impressed with the fact that those announcers have to basically learn. Like for boys, it's 32 teams, and for girls, it's 40 teams, and they have to figure out a way to know a little something about each team. Because I think in the girls, I think the same broadcasters. There's like 3 different rotating broadcasters, so a lot of those people have to like figure a lot of it out. So they do a good job with that. So shout out.
They do know a lot of information, and obviously you think about it, there's teams from. I mean, like you have a team like Western Christian on the boys' side who's literally way out west. I mean, even like with the Sioux Center and teams like that. So,
by the way, any Waco fans, shout out to when you see the girls basketball broadcasts. Grace Coble, who was one of our better volleyball players and basketball players a couple years ago, went to Waco. She'll be in the commercial. She works with the union, and so you'll just see her show up in the commercials sometimes. You'll be like, I got you that.
That's cool. That's cool.
Anyway, all right, now we're gonna go to commercial. When we come back, huge announcement. I mean, think about all the announcements you've heard in the world in your lifetime. Moon landing. I don't know. Remember when what was Peace Day called when World War II ended and all the fighting stopped? The day they announced that the Fast and Furious 10 was coming out. Those are going to pale in comparison when you hear a big announcement. So stick with us. Going to commercial. We'll be back.
Attention Hy-Vee shoppers, introducing Hy-Vee Perks, your ticket to exclusive savings and rewards. Access exclusive perks, prices, earn gas discounts, and unlock special deals. All this for free. Join Hy-Vee Perks today and start saving.
At Seafirst Credit Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you with a flexible financing you need to install that all-season room or remodel your kitchen with a home equity line of credit. Connect with Seafirst today and see why together is better.
Bring the kids, share the memories, celebrate 75 years of traditions at the Midwest Old Threshers Reunion. Relive the magic of steam engines, antique cars, and trucks, tractors, gas engines, and horses. Whether it's your first visit or a cherished tradition, you'll enjoy the delicious foods, the thrill of an Old West shootout, and the excitement of nightly grandstand entertainment. For 75 years, this has been the place where memories are made at the 2025 Midwest Old Threshers Reunion, August 28th through September 1st in Mount Pleasant, Iowa. Visit oldthreshers.com for more details.
In the heart of rural Iowa, where community matters most, the connections we make are made to last. Meet KCTC, your hometown internet, phone, and TV provider. At KCTC, we're not just about technology, we're about people. Our dedicated team are your neighbors, committed to bringing you top-tier services right where you live. We believe in giving back to the community that raised us. Experience the power of a real connection with KCTC. Join us in building a stronger, more connected Southeast Iowa.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Southeast Iowa News Sports, Prep Sports Plus. We have an announcement, Hunter. We have an announcement.
Yes, we do.
Can I get a drum roll? Peter, you could get on this too, because Peter's the mic is also on right now. We're going to all drum roll, please, because by popular demand, for the third straight year, we will be bringing back the Prep Sports Plus NCAA March Madness Challenge, the premier local sports newspaper March Madness Challenge in the state of Southeast Iowa. I'm going to get serious out here. It this whole month, this challenge is what takes over this whole month. This is what everyone's talking about. We're going to try go for a record number of entries this year. Now we have some decisions to make, Hunter.
Yes, we do.
We did a girls bracket last year.
Yep.
We just go again and do another girls bracket. I mean, Iowa's still in it.
Might as well.
Might as well. So we're going to do boys and girls. There'll be two champions. We gave shout outs on the show last year. I believe that Ben Oberman and Mike Wilson were our champions last year. Maybe Ben and the boys and Mike and the girls. Our producer Nikki Brackets, 2 producers ago, he was a champion. Last year, Alex failed to secure the second straight championship for our
missed it just barely
for our producers. And Peter, it is time for you to carry the torch. Are you prepared to carry the torch for the producers of this show?
You know, it's a heavy burden to bear. Honestly, it's a lot of. I would imagine it's playing for a blue blood. You know, it's a lot of it's a lot of stakes. But I'm gonna try my best, and that's all you can do. Put your best foot forward.
I like that. I like that a lot.
I like that. You know what? We're all going to be professional. Now, last year, I floated out an idea that was widely rejected, that we have some sort of a punishment for whoever loses the boys bracket between the three of us. I think that I said that the loser had to do a false karaoke song on the show. That was rejected. I think we should brainstorm, and next week maybe we figure out I'm going to spice it up. Let's just spice it up this year, you know?
You want to spice it up with something?
Last year we didn't need to spice it up because, you know, Caitlin Clark and LSU and all them, it was as spicy as it could get in the girls bracket. I remember the boys. It just we need something to really drive it home. So I'm not talking like shave your head bed or maybe karaoke's too much, but we're gonna figure something out. Oh, I believe that we discussed earlier this year that the loser maybe would have to wear a Halloween costume for like 10 straight episodes or something like that.
10 straight episodes.
Talked about that. So what we're going to do is we're all going to talk. Hey, anybody out there, you're watching this right now. I need you to come up with like maybe a good prize and a punishment for the one of us that gets the worst in the boys bracket. I think we'll probably do the men's bracket. That's still the big stuff, especially with no Caitlin Clark this year on the women's side. And that's usually a little more unpredictable than the women's. And then obviously the winners of both get shout outs on the show. You become a champion. Come up with some more stuff. Maybe I'll buy some fairway meats.
Yeah.
I don't know. We should get
I know. I like that idea.
that
could be the winner. We're gonna
buy you some fairway meat.
Fairway meat.
You'll go to fairway. I will let you take my card and swipe it to get yourself a big ol' sandwich.
Oh my goodness.
We're gonna do something like that. We're gonna figure it out. It's gonna be official. As soon as I can put the tournament challenge up. So you're watching this, right? This is Thursday. You're gonna watch some conference tournaments. Hopefully Iowa makes it all the way to the championship. Gets into the tournaments by some miracle. If not, we're all riding for Drake. You're going to, on Sunday, we're going to watch the show where everyone, the selection show, best show, Hunter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, it's going to be so sad this year because Brian Gumbel passed away.
Yep.
I really brought my energy down. But anyway, you're going to go on our Twitter at Union Sports page. As soon as I have those challenges made, and I don't remember when they put the women's out, I think it might be the next flight, I'm going to tweet them out so you can enter them. We're going to have some really easy password that we'll tweet out. It's going to be like basketball or something or Hunter or something. That's just to prevent people from cheating. Now, remember, Hunter, 2 years ago we had cheaters?
Yep.
We had cheaters who joined late.
Ain't having that.
Not having that. When you make these brackets, everyone remember to lock it from entries because what happens is the people who have good brackets, they just search around for the groups and then they join and they're like, we're not going to allow any of that. This is a professionally made run contest. Okay, this is not our first year doing it. We're professionals. And I'm excited. I already have, Hunter, I've been trying to lock away my little list of champions that I already got a list in my brain that I'm like, one of these teams is who I'm going to pick. What about your brain? Peter, Hunter, are you guys got your ideals of who your top teams are going into this?
See, I'm thinking of champions, but I'm also thinking of upsets because that's the big one, right?
That's upsets are like the most important thing to hit on.
Because a lot of people don't know this, but the best bracket I ever made was a joke bracket where St. Peter's went all the way. And then they made it to the Sweet 16 Elite 8, and it was by far one of my best brackets. I think I had 13 of the Sweet 16 left. It was phenomenal. And it was just a St. Peter's bracket. So, we'll see what happens. Another Cinderella could weasel its way through my bracket.
This seems like a weasel a year too, doesn't it?
It does.
I just feel the weasel this year. I remember the old days, like 15 years ago, 20 years ago, like those top seeds were pretty much untouchable, except whenever it was Iowa or Iowa State, or Drake that one time, or UNI that one time. UNI hasn't had any big choke jobs, but the other three have.
Not the A&M game?
But the A&M was a choke job, but they weren't favored. I'm talking about being the top seed. I mean, Iowa State famously was a 2 seed, lost to Hampton. Iowa, when I was in high school, lost to Northwestern State as a 3 seed. I think I legitimately thought they were going to go to the Final Four that year. Drake had a heartbreaker loss when they were a 5 seed when they were basically undefeated. So we've had some heartbreak here in the state of Iowa. But
we're
going to have some heartbreak on the show. Right, Hunter?
Yeah, dude, there has been a lot of heartbreak. I just got really sad.
Thinking about all the times it could have been.
Well, when, the last best time for Iowa was, Keegan Murray, and then it's like, oh, they had us ranked we were a 2 seed or whatever, or a 3 seed, and we go and lose to Richmond. The Spiders, we lost to the Spiders, dude.
We lost to the Spiders. Oh man! And do you remember? Remember, we made it to the second round like the year before. And then it was the COVID year or the second COVID year, and Oregon just got to bye the first round, and they just wrecked us because they were at 100%. That was. I'm gonna slump down a little bit because now you got me thinking. There's heartbreak. You know what? There's gonna be heartbreak in this challenge, guys. You join this challenge, you're putting your heart out there. You think it's not gonna be all daisies and peanut butter.
Every time I see what's his name? Plays for the Bulls now. Every time I see Alex Caruso now, I always think about UNI and Texas A&M.
Yeah. There were some trash calls in that comeback. I remember that. That was horrible.
Yeah.
Love Alex Caruso. He doesn't play for the Bulls anymore. He plays for the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Does he?
Thunder, yeah. We traded him for Josh Giddey.
Oh yeah, I do remember that happening now.
He's the man, Josh Giddey. Triple-double machine. People rip on the NBA, like you rip on the NBA. How about watching the Bulls? They got rid of all their high-money guys. They have Josh Giddey and Kobe White running around. They are fun to watch.
I'm not going to lie. You saying Josh Giddey's the man just made me think of what went down with him like 6 months ago.
Josh, 6 miles like 2 years ago. Josh Giddey. Josh.
You know what I'm talking about, Peter?
Yep. Yes, I do.
We know. He's cleared of all charges. Anyway, but that's the NBA. College coming up. We're going to reward you. We're gonna take your heart. We're gonna break it. By the way, we're gonna have 3 shows during the March Madness. We will be reading off those top 5, top 10s every single week. So we will be talking about it. It's going to take over the show. It's not like we're going to have you join this bracket challenge and then just forget about it. We'll be watching it. We'll be putting up on the screen. You get banned. Oh, inappropriate names. Hey, we like to party just as much as everybody else. You can't be making inappropriate names. We'll ban you. We'll
get you.
We'll get you. Believe. I mean, we're watching like a hawk. All right. And not the kind of hawk that loses to Richmond or Northwestern State. Yeah, so that's going to happen. Next week, we're going to have it all ironed out. But are you excited about the big news that the bracket challenge is coming back, Hunter?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's huge news. I might write a opinion article today just begging people to join it.
You should.
But I also might wait till next week when I actually have something for them to join. I don't know. Anyway, we'll figure it out.
I'm very excited.
Peter, are you very excited?
I'm very excited besides the fact that I usually have my first round is great and then I just pick I pick somebody to go too far and then it just ruins my bracket.
There's always one loss in the first round that always crumbles my bracket. And it's always an upset. Yep. So I'm on the lookout for an upset.
Yep.
Me too.
I remember when everybody's bracket crumbled when Virginia lost to Furman, but a true knower of Furman ball, I don't. But I had Furman. Fireman. I had the Paladins. Yep. I got to see everybody crumble before me.
And then you watched your percentage of bracket being your percentage of your chance to win just skyrocket after that one.
Exactly. And then, games went down and before you know it, I was middle of the pack. But for that one 30-minute moment, that was my time. So I'm hoping for.
I think last year I was perfect until deep into the round, the round of 62, or the round of 32.
Yeah, Hunter had a good shot last year at this,
and then it went downhill quick once I got to the Elite Eight or something. I think because I always have this feeling that I should pick Kansas and they've completely ruined me the last 2 years.
I don't know if you'll have that issue this year, Hunter.
No. You know what's sad about Kansas is that I feel like they could be one of the best teams in their country if they would.
Uh-oh, there's that talk. It's creeping into your brain.
See, there it is. I'll probably make a side bracket. Just I'll do that this time.
Smart. Oh, by the way, thank you, Hunter. Thank you. Speaking of side brackets, for entering this contest, it's a one bracket contest. So we're going to lock it. So you only do one bracket. And the reason we're locking is so you can't switch out your bracket with a better one. We know your tricks, everyone. Oh, it makes me mad even thinking of all the tricks they're going to try to pull.
I thought about doing it.
What happened?
I was like, because I thought about doing it. I'm just
yeah. I'll have my kids in it. Hey, you don't have to worry about last because my kids,
get your significant others in it for sure.
Get your wives in it, get your kids. What I might
Samantha
do
almost won last year. She showed up and almost won.
She did. I have to figure out how many. The thing is, here's the dilemma, Hunter. I understand that people want their wives and kids and all that stuff, and they want to do it all in one screen name for ESPN. But then that gets hard because you allow two. Maybe we'll allow you to do like 2 or 3 brackets, but we'll put in there like that these are for other people. And if people do just multi-bracketing, hammer.
Yep.
The hammer's coming down. And we'll slander you on this show. We'll do it.
We're not afraid, man.
You thought this show was above slander? No. No, especially this time of year. This is our most slanderous month of the year, I promise you. So for all you haters out there thinking you're going to slide one by on all Hunter and Andy,
check yourself.
Check yourself before you wreck yourself. That's pretty much all we have to talk about. I want to end this on a threatening note. We'll bring the heat. Believe me, we've got more threats coming next week for anybody who's trying to cheat on this.
Oh yeah.
Just feel those.
Just know we're watching.
We're watching. Just think about those plans. Try and cheat somebody else. You know what? Try and scam somebody else. It's like when, oh my goodness, Hunter. You see when people try and scam on our Facebook? Like the scammers will pop up and be like, oh, here's the live link to the Mount Pleasant Fairfield softball game. Click right here. I'll tell you what. I go after them. I'm like, yeah. You think we're going to delete? You think we're just going to maybe delete or block your account? No. I'll be there confronting you face to face. It doesn't matter what country you live in. You do not try and scam the Southeast Iowa Union sports team in any way. Anything else we need to say, guys?
I don't think so.
Good luck to you all.
Good luck to everyone.
Yep.
Good luck to the Hawkeyes. I sure hope that by the time you guys are watching this, we haven't already lost on Wednesday in the first round.
Keep her rolling. Should have beat Michigan State, but we won't talk about that.
We're in the tournament, though. We're in the big tournament, B1G. So, yeah, everyone, whether you're an Iowa State fan, an Iowa fan, Drake, UNI, Kansas, Mizzou, Memphis, Mississippi State, Furman, Ohio, Maine, Delaware State fan. Brackets next week. And when will we see them, Hunter?
We'll see them next week.
We'll come after you if you cheat in our bracket challenge.
Peace.